It's the Franklin Show from Franklin with your favorite pup, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Sinatra Seltzer, and his owner, the infamous Michael Seltzer. I'm your Doc, Doug Podell, professional announcer, and no money was exchanged for this announcement. Trust me. Here's Franklin.
Wow. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Franklin Show. And thank you to my announcer, the great Doug Podell, filling in for the vacationing Dick Purton. Doug Podell is the Doc of Rock. And he and I went to medical school together, little known fact. I was the Doc of Schlock. But anyway, Doug and I go back decades. He and his beautiful wife, Estelle, and I'm sorry, what? What? Oh, Susan. Right, Susan. So anyway, Doug, thank you for filling in. We are really happy to have you on the show. And thanks to my fabulous band. Wow, what a great band. I'm so happy to be back. We have a great guest list today. Another exciting chapter in the Franklin Show. Oh, wait. Our executive producer, Carrie LeZotte, is in the hallway. Carrie, come on in here, will you?
Michael, great to see you.
Oh,
great
it's good
to see you again in our studio.
You know what? Sit down. Let's talk. First of all,
I would be happy to.
I want to thank you for this beautiful curtain that you got me. I've been complaining about this set.
Yes.
I wasn't real happy.
Well, it's a good start.
I think
it's an improvement. It's an improvement.
It's a start, but we're not done yet because this chair is just not appropriate. I've asked for a leather chair. I don't think it's a lot to ask for, and I found a leather chair.
You are welcome to bring in any chair you like.
Well, okay, but I need the budget. You know, I mean, I did ask. I found a chair.
Hello.
All right. Well, don't try to sweet talk.
Franklin, you're the real star. What kind of chair do you want?
He is.
Does he have a bed?
No.
You know, that's outrageous that you don't have a bed for him.
Franklin wants to be right on my lap.
Right next to you.
He does. He's content, and even though sometimes it appears that he's sleeping, it's because of his contentedness. Really.
Yes.
It's not anything more than that. All right, let's talk the reality of this situation, the elephant in the room, ratings. I know, and I don't want there to be any dissension between us because God knows you've been here longer than I have, and we're the newest star of the network.
You're here because of me.
Yeah,
remember?
That's true.
You don't want to forget that.
No, I don't, and I give you full credit.
Look, we're
but now that I'm
today,
the number one star of the network, I feel that we need to be able to work together and not let our egos get the best of us. And so, for instance, you won't let me smoke in here, so I just have to fake it, which is not reasonable. Okay.
Why
not my
rules.
You have a show.
Yes.
It's called Coffee with Carrie.
Yes.
Why have I not been invited?
So,
what is
Coffee
it
with
that
Carrie,
what
Coffee
bothers
with Carrie
you?
is intended to talk to Bloomfield Township residents about what it's like to live, work, and play here. And you are a Franklin, as I am a Franklin resident.
But Carrie, if you would have done your research,
yes,
you would know that I came from Bloomfield.
Yes.
That before I moved to Franklin in 1995, I lived in Bloomfield Square.
It's not a historic show. It's about what's going on today.
Well, okay. And
current events.
My business, SKM, Seltzer Kaufman Marketing, for 30 years was in Bloomfield Township. You knew that.
Yeah, of course.
And still, you didn't invite me on the show.
Yeah.
Ever.
But I invited you to produce your own show, and isn't that better?
Well, you certainly were part of the process, but I think I came.
Wait.
I came to the network.
Part of the process. I think there was a lot more involved in being part of the process.
Well,
the vision.
I'll give you this. You said I'll consider you.
Yeah.
That's what you said. And okay, now that I've got the number one show on all of cable, the most downloads of any program. Now, this is not to take away from the attorney show that talks about creating a will, the doctor show that talks about
the music
tinnitus.
show, which is so good.
The music show is a good step, but that's the one step so far that I've seen. There's an evil eye if ever I saw one. Okay, but there's one show on this network that has a puppy as its star.
That's true.
And
that's
as
true.
entertaining as all get out.
That's true.
I mean, that's what the audience thinks, right? Right? I know.
They love you.
I know.
They love you.
Well, they do, and there's a reason. We provide
it's because of Franklin.
Entertainment, yes, but there's an entertainment element.
Yes.
And by the way, The studio audience, everyone is going to get a Franklin tattoo.
And where?
Everyone in the audience.
Where do you,
and maybe a new car. No, that's not happening. It's not open.
where do you suggest is the best place?
Oh, well,
for
you
one of
leave it. I have a suggestion for you.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah. We're going to cut to, but we won't, yeah. So anyway, let's keep it clean. Anyway, Carrie,
we have no restrictions here in community programming. We actually support free speech, and what you want to say is pretty much whatever you can say.
I'm not interested in your free speech. Thank you for stopping by.
Michael, congratulations on your show.
Oh,
it's a welcome addition
Carrie.
to our programming.
That's
We really like having you
very gracious
here.
of you. Thank you for stopping by. All right, we'll be right back, folks. It's great to have everybody here, and thank you, Carrie LeZotte. She's okay.
He's okay, too.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Whoa, wow, man, thank you. Thank you all. God bless you all. So nice. Thanks so much. Great to be here. I would like to sit here in the big, beautiful chair. By the way, I did ask for a leather chair, and I think I sent Steve. I think I sent you a photograph of a leather chair that I found at an estate sale for $350. So why am I sitting in this piece of crap? But anyway, I'd like to welcome my first guest, a very important new member of our Franklin Village community, Jay Farner.
Well,
thank you so much for being here. I know you're a busy guy.
I want to thank Frank for having me, and most importantly. And
well, he's got some things on his mind.
I can't wait to talk to him.
So tell me a little bit about the new venture, the Franklin Oyster Bar and Eatery.
Yeah. Super excited about it. As Ronin Capital Partners was getting started a few years ago, one of the things that we are interested in is creating unique experiences for people. Got a great restaurant down in Detroit.
What restaurant is in Detroit?
It's called Besa.
Oh.
And so we thought, where can we do something in the suburbs?
Yeah.
And not just a regular restaurant, but something special.
Right.
And so when I found out about the Franklin Grill being an opportunity, it just seemed very unique in a great community, and so we jumped at it.
That's fantastic. I can't tell you how excited people are. I mean, the Franklin Grill had a long history in our village, 16 years. The Koch and Spargers were the owners, and they did a great job.
Yeah, nice people too.
And nice people, long-time members of the community. And then COVID struck. Yeah. And of course, we had to help with that outdoor pavilion, which we got through our village council post-haste, because we knew how important it was. Are you going to maintain that, and so that will be...
Absolutely. It's a very unique piece of property, as you know.
Yeah.
We've got the Franklin itself, which dates back over 140 years.
Right.
I think started as a carriage or wagon.
Yeah.
And then we've got the little place next door that I'm sure we'll talk about, and then the pavilion.
Right.
And so we'll be leveraging all three of those buildings and the patio to create, like I said before, a very unique experience.
Right.
Something that's different and special that you can go to breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch, all of those things.
Now the rumor is that one of those environments is going to be completely just dogs and just treats and water. Is that true? Or?
Water and treats sound wonderful.
Yeah.
We're still having discussions about where the dogs can and can't roam.
Right. Right.
And so we're still figuring that out.
Okay, so we're good. We're good, right, bud? Yeah, okay. Well, that's important. I mean, we are living in a dog-friendly community. Everybody's out walking their dogs.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that there's a possibility, but we won't start any.
I think Polly's, which is the restaurant next door, is going to give us an opportunity to do a lot of great things. I personally am a dog owner.
Yeah.
We have a dog in the office every day, so we want to look out for our four-legged friends as well.
Good. So let's talk about Polly.
Yeah.
So tell us more about that specific venue.
Well, if we start with the Franklin, Oyster Bar and Eatery, that's going to be a great combination of maybe something you might find in Charleston, South Carolina, but with a Midwest feel to it. And then you've got the pavilion and the patio where you can sit outside by the fireplace, enjoy a glass of wine, something like that. But we also need a place where you can grab a sandwich, get some soup, Kids can grab some ice cream, and so Polly's is going to allow us to do that, from coffee to baked goods to sandwiches at lunch. Just that place you can go throughout the day. Maybe the kids can come over after a baseball game and get some ice cream, and really a great gathering place for Frank as well. Yeah.
Well, so for the people who don't know, Polly is what was Deja Vu.
Correct.
The building next door, which Jay and his group also purchased in this transaction, that Lisa Dunn operated magnificently for years. God bless Lisa. She's retired. She's moving to and that's where I'm going to be all the time with her as much as I can. And so I'm very happy about that. But it worked out perfectly, and her timing to leave at this point allowed you to get right in there.
Absolutely.
So what are the thoughts for opening?
Oh, well, we're targeting, as you know, getting the Franklin open as soon as we can.
Right.
Probably, I think everyone in the world is aware of the fact that since COVID, lead times for equipment and those sorts of things have extended a bit.
Yeah.
And when we started with the Franklin, we thought maybe we'll be doing some minor improvements. We're actually transforming the entire interior of the building, all new kitchens, all new bathrooms, and so it's taking us a little bit longer. Right. We're still targeting probably December-ish as a soft opening, but because Lisa was, I think, ready to allow us to jump into Polly's sooner than we expected, we're hopeful for a spring opening there, which would be perfect timing with all the activities in Franklin.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah,
we'll look forward to that. So can I get on the calendar for the first reservation in December? Is that something we would consider? We'll talk off.
I'll get you in touch with the right man for that.
All right, so I just want you to know that I do try to help as I can when I go into restaurants. So I carry this with me. Now, you obviously, being a businessman, you know this is a crummer.
Yeah.
And it's just part of what I do to help the wait staff, because I'm sort of anal about things like that.
Sure.
And I decided that would be a good thing, so I bring that along wherever I go.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, and most restaurants do.
We have a award-winning pastry chef that we've hired, and so there's going to be some great pastries and breads there, so you'll probably need to use that a little bit.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Last thing I want to share with you is that my house in Franklin on Scenic Drive, when back in the 70s, was moved to its current position on Scenic Drive and was a restaurant called Franklin House. Long history. I mean, this goes back to decades ago. And when the restaurant closed, the owners of the property that I am grateful that I live in now decided to buy it from the village and move it. Yeah. And so I have signage in my house, which many people have seen. It says Franklin House reservations, dinner by reservations. And this is the original menu. I don't know whether the camera can get this. We'll cut it in. But this is the original menu from the Franklin House back in the 60s. And I thought this would be an appropriate way to start the new Franklin Oyster Bar and Eatery by hearkening back to these really very reasonable prices.
I was going to say, this demonstrates some of the inflation we've experienced as you're picking up scallops for $3.50. But this also, I think, kind of shows the rich history of seafood in Franklin. Yeah. I mean, they've been eating oysters in Franklin for 150 years.
Evidently.
Which is exactly why we thought
my restaurant was the first. Although it wasn't my restaurant.
But the Franklin House.
Yeah.
House. They used to do oyster dinners and all kinds of great things there. So a rich history of that, and let's take a peek at this menu.
Take a look at it. Yeah, I think it would be a great idea. All right, I can't thank you enough for taking. I know you could have put your businesses anywhere in the metropolitan area, and you chose Franklin for a reason. We are proud of that. We're proud of the transition that is occurring, and really grateful to have you and your organization in our village.
I really appreciate it. And the last thing I'll mention is it has been an absolute pleasure to work with the folks at the village.
Yeah.
Talk about cooperating, encouraging, finding solutions. You never know what to expect when you go into a new place to do business.
Right.
But I've been I can't say thank you enough to everyone in Franklin.
Is there any councilman in particular that stands out among the group?
Well, there are some special people in Franklin.
Many special
people in Franklin.
All right, well, I don't want to put you on the I don't want to put you on the spot, but
the dog is about to take a nap right now.
Well, no, he's not sleeping. One last thing I want to mention. I am a retired marketing guy. I had a big career, huge career for 40 years.
Huge.
Ran a big company with the biggest clients you could. And one of them, so I had an idea. I said, look, you in the food business, I said, I have an idea for a promotion, and we'll call it Endless Shrimp. And so, but the problem was that the Red Lobster ripped it off. But Endless Shrimp would be great at the Franklin Oyster Bar and Eatery. But here was the caveat. I said, Endless Shrimp, 5-minute time limit. That's what they forgot.
Much as you can eat.
As much as you could eat, but 5 minutes.
Not a bad
That's
idea.
where the ripoff got completely thrown under the bus, and that's what ruined the company.
That ruined the Red Lobster?
Well, it did. I mean,
Yeah,
it put them out of business. There was no 5-minute limit.
If we did that, we could have a plaque, and maybe we could, have the winners, 22 shrimp, 25 shrimp.
I think we're onto something.
Okay, we'll take it under advisement.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jay, for being our guest. I am so grateful to you. The community is grateful to you. You could have taken your business anywhere. You chose Franklin for a reason, and we greatly appreciate that.
As I said, I appreciate the community, too. They've been wonderful to work with. It's been a pleasure, so we're so happy to be here.
We're looking forward to it.
Can't wait.
Thanks very much for being here today, and God bless you.
Thanks.
All right, everybody, thank you. We'll be right back. Thank you so much. You're all the greatest.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Take control at ready.gov/olderadults.
Wow, thank you guys. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I would like to welcome my next guests. Oh my God, these are such wonderful people. Linda Hiller Novak and Olive and Frank Novak are my guests, and I'm so happy to have you guys.
Thank you.
This is a first. This is the first puppy to appear on the show with Franklin.
Well, Olive is somewhat of a celebrity.
Yes.
So
well, let's talk about Olive.
Olive, the real estate dog. Olive is a 6-year-old Chipambo.
Who?
A Chipambo. It is a Chihuahua with a little bit of Pomeranian and Boston Terrier.
I don't think I've ever heard that combination before. Is that a legitimate combination?
It is now. Here she is.
Oh, Olive, you're so sweet. And Olive's got a work T-shirt on. I mean, you're talking, this is business, right?
There's Olive.
Buying or selling, call my mom. She's a realtor.
Of course.
Linda is the top realtor in the village of Franklin and beloved by all.
Thank
and
you.
Frank is your son and also beloved by all. Well, let me start with this. Are you related to a guy named Sid Hiller?
I am. Sid was my dad.
Sid Hiller is legendary in our community because of the Hiller's markets that we all miss and love. So my question is, one day when I first moved into the village of Franklin in 1995, man knocks on my door, introduces himself, and has this great big bag of groceries that he's bringing me to welcome me into the community. So, and this was so charming and so sweet, I'll never forget it. But I thought to myself, did you guys, the supermarket industry is a tough industry. You work on tiny little margins. I had a lot of supermarket clients in my marketing days, Kroger and so on. And there's a lot of shrink. The word shrink means theft, a lot of stealing. Did you ever have an issue with your father taking groceries and just giving them out to people like he did with me? Did you ever do an audit or anything?
Maybe we should have. I think it would have been cookies for the kids and bottles of wine. He was really famous for that.
I thought it was very nice, but I just wondered to myself, are they actually paying attention to this,
Well, he was already a very tiny, small man, so
he was.
Shrinkage.
He was. Shrinkage. Do women understand that?
I believe so.
All right. So let's talk about the fact that Olive sheds. My dog doesn't shed, so that's one thing. That could be a problem.
If she doesn't shed, she spreads her happiness.
Olive is falling asleep. This is an occasional concern I have with Franklin. Some people think he's bored, but I think he's just so content.
I think so too. She's quite happy here.
She's very used to being on camera.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about real estate. Let's start with that.
Okay.
Because you guys have a lot to share. Talk about real estate and how it affects us in the village of Franklin. Where are we in terms of a community and, in terms of sales? Whatever you want to share.
Okay, love to. Well, the good news is right now.
Are you almost done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now we have more inventory of active homes in Franklin than we have in probably several years. If you looked 6 months ago, Frank, you looked, it was, I think, six homes on the market.
That weren't new builds.
That weren't new builds yet. And right now, I believe there are 12, right around 12.
Really?
Yeah. And
what would you attribute that to?
That there's more?
Yeah.
I think that there are people out there who are taking kind of a wait-and-see attitude. I think that the election is going to affect it. I think that interest rates are affecting it. But it's very active. And the unique thing about Franklin is we kind of have a longer selling season. Most people say, well, once the summer is over, you're done. But in Franklin, because of the cider mill, it's one of the best times of year. Franklinstein Frenzy, the cider mill. So it's a great time to do open houses in Franklin. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, it's an unusual place to sell.
Do you think that we're affected by not having city water?
Yes, somewhat. There are people who just want nothing to do with well water.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there was just a study this week about the fluoride in public water, and that the kids who are raised without the fluoride in the water have a higher IQ. So, like everything, if you...
Maybe that's my problem, because we had fluoride in the water, and that's probably how I became who I am.
We had an open house in Franklin.
I need to call Sam Bernstein and find out if there's something.
Yeah, we had an open house in Franklin last weekend.
Sam Bernstein is a well-known attorney here, personal injury attorney, and a good friend. God bless you, Sam.
1-800.
Yeah. And anyway, so that's... Well, and this will be coming up again. It does come up every, on council. People come to us and say, some people are, the newer families that move in are more inclined to want having city water and not well water. And the last time we took this to a vote, it was 60-40 against, but that was probably almost 10 years ago. And the market has changed significantly.
Honestly, I love being able to water to my heart's content. So.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, that's the
bills keep going up. I mean, I've experienced that. I'm on city water where I live, and we pay more every single year.
Right.
It seems to be kind of stops without bounds.
And that's the advantage to having well water.
But you never know how it'll go in the future, because. One of the things we have observed, a lot of young families, a lot of young people, an awful lot of the houses we sell go to young families who either already have a child or are planning to start a family.
Right.
And in a lot of cases, they want the school district. They can't necessarily afford Birmingham anymore.
That's true.
Beverly Hills might not have the right inventory, so they end up looking over into Franklin. And
we are the biggest bargain in town, tax-wise, because we are self-governed by a council who cares. We manage our finances. And, when people complain about their taxes in Franklin, and I very rarely hear it, but every now and again I do, and I say, have you compared to, say, Birmingham? I mean, we are gifted.
Right. I mean, we pay that third tax, but honestly, it is so well. We have the best services. My heart and soul is in Franklin.
I know.
I have lived there.
You grew up in Franklin.
I grew up in the house that I live in.
That's right. Which is, by the way, a beautiful house, a museum house, really.
Thank you.
Right on Scenic Drive, near someone else named Franklin.
Yes. And that house, when it was originally built, was a huge controversy because it was so modern.
Modern, right.
And now,
what year was that?
1965 and 66.
Yes.
And
it is a unique home,
yeah.
and you know, Franklin has a lot of historic homes like mine,
yes,
and older looking homes. So that was certainly, I didn't remember because I wasn't here then. At 1965, I was 10 years old, and I was working at a bowling alley. But that's another story.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I'll bet that was controversial.
Yeah.
Did you get picked on at school a lot over that? So you're the one with the fancy modern home, huh?
Oh, but there were other ones that came in, so, you know.
Well, I think that's one of the problems we do have in Franklin, a lot of bullies, you know, obviously. That's a problem, and you dealt with it very well, because look at how you're a professional. You've managed through all those years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Frank, when did you join the business?
4 years ago, almost exactly 4 years ago now. During the latter few months of the pandemic, I made a career change after spending a lot of my career in marketing and PR.
Oh, where were you?
I worked in minor league baseball for almost a decade. I worked for the Lions. I worked for the Suburban Collection Showplace.
So do you still have
sports
connections with the Lions, like for getting, season tickets? And
yeah, I wish.
I couldn't care less, and my kids will attest. I don't watch football until the ninth inning because it's just, why waste your time? That all the action happens in the ninth inning, right? So, yeah.
Get those seats right in the dugout for you.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. Well, we'll talk about that later because for clients and stuff like that.
Never know.
Yeah. So, and both of you are very involved as volunteers in our community. And really, that I think is really one of the most important things about Franklin. We are a big volunteer community. Everyone who serves on council is a volunteer.
Yeah.
Goodness knows we get paid, and it's a whopping $25 a year. And I've been doing this since 2010, so you can imagine the money that I have made.
Yeah, don't spend it all in one place.
Invested well, and that's why I was able to retire 10 years ago.
Doesn't even factor in inflation.
There's never been
no adjustment for
we
inflation.
haven't ever discussed an increase. I'm talking, this goes back decades.
Yeah.
Who works for anything for the same, but anyway, that's another story.
Well, I've been doing it for nothing for several years. So.
Oh, well, that's even worse. Wait, so let's talk about your roles as volunteers.
Okay.
You are?
I am on the Zoning Board of Appeals, and I am also on the Planning Commission.
Right. So describe what your duties are on both of those committees.
Obviously, volunteer planning. We really look at everything. Sometimes council will ask us to look into things. Some of the things that we've looked into recently are a burn ordinance, signage. We
allowing people to
chickens
burn?
and ducks.
Allowing people to burn.
Well,
I had this terrible experience where I lifted this pot. It was hot. I didn't know that that was a legality.
Right. So we look into a lot of different things. We're looking into pathways.
Right.
We're looking into saving the Pickering barn right now.
That's true. That's a good point.
We did pass an ordinance so people can have chickens and ducks.
I met a chicken lady
Did you?
in my travels in recent days, and she's very proud of her chickens.
Yeah.
And goodness knows she should be. I mean, what's wrong with having a chicken?
Right.
I don't know what her ultimate plan is, if she's going to try to compete with Chick-fil-A. Well, they're not open on Sundays.
That's right.
So she could open up a food truck on Sundays and just drive around the village.
Right. That would be
good idea. These are the things.
But she'd probably have to go through me in zoning then for that.
That's true. So you'll be on the lookout for that.
Right. I will be.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. And so that's that. Okay. And Frank, you are involved in Main Street. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Main Street. That's a big.
So we've spent a lot of time trying to talk about ways to boost up the businesses in Franklin, attract more businesses to Franklin. Do a couple of events each year. Primarily to goose the businesses in Franklin. I think we've made a lot of progress.
Goose, chickens. What's the theme here?
Poultry.
Yeah. I like that.
The main thing, we're eagerly anticipating the restaurants opening so that there's a little bit, more action.
Well, how
downtown.
proud are we on Main Street, because I'm on that board too, the things that we have accomplished since we did the sidewalks. I know that was controversial. It's hard to imagine that anybody would be against the sidewalks, but there were some. We took it to a vote. Our constituency said, yes, we like that idea. We built these sidewalks to allow people safe passage and to be able to traverse from 13 Mile to 14 Mile and get to all of our retail establishments.
Yeah.
And they get a ton of use.
We put in beautiful landscaping and lighting and cameras.
In my opinion, it has been really, really helpful, especially because people
Elevates the market, yes?
It elevates the market, and I believe that it has elevated property values south of 13 Mile because now they have connectability. So
we're very happy about that. And look, as I said to my first guest today, Jay Farner, who's opening up the new Franklin Oyster Bar and Eatery and Polly's next door, he could have taken his business anywhere. I mean, this man has the capacity to, he could have opened in Birmingham, he could have opened in Northville, he could have gone anywhere. He chose Franklin for a reason. And I firmly believe that had we not done the, Streetscape 2020 that we developed, we wouldn't be in a position where he would even look at Franklin as a consideration. So I think
it's got a lot of potential.
A lot of potential.
Tons.
And we have a new village administrator, Meg Schubert, who is going to dig in with Susan Goldstrom and help continually develop that for us. So look, we're running out of time here, folks. I'm so grateful for both of you to be here.
Thank you for having us.
It's so great to have Olive. And this was a real pleasure. I am available to notarize real estate documents at any time.
We need notaries.
I charge very little, if not nothing, which is generally what I'm worth. And just so you know, and I'm going to. Every guest gets a Franklin tattoo.
Perfect.
So these will be made available to you.
Okay.
And I would suggest you might want to consider it for your business, and you and Olive, a tattoo. It's really a wonderful thing.
Nice.
Haven't thought of that yet.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
I appreciate you. All right, we'll be right back, folks. Thanks very much for tuning in. We'll be right back.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Wow. Wow, you guys. Thank you so much. What a great show. What a great show. This was monumental, given the fact that we've never had a puppy on the show before, and it is the Franklin Show. I want to thank my guests, Linda Hiller Novak and Olive, her beautiful puppy, Frank Novak, talking about real estate in the village of Franklin and how important that is. And, of course, Jay Farner, the new owner of the Franklin Oyster Bar and Eatery, and Polly. And by the way, I showed this crummer, and it wasn't just for me to potentially get a job there. It was to show that we really do care and that we are people who are willing to give back. For instance, my little granddaughter, Sadie, we go into a restaurant, she's got crap all over her face because she's a little baby. But before we leave the restaurant, I use this crummer and I clean up our mess, because why should we leave it to the wait staff to do that when we can do it ourselves? That's about giving back, and that's all I care about. Next week, really big show, really excited. We're going on location live in Los Angeles, California, where my guest will be musical icon, the greatest singer of all time, in my opinion, the great Van Morrison, a very good friend of mine. He lives in Belfast. He's coming over to LA for a couple of events. We'll be broadcasting live from LA with Van Morrison and the great J.B. Smoove, Leon Black from Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's right. Those two superstars will be right here on The Franklin Show, live from LA next week. Tune in all over America. And thank you all. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I love you all. We love you all. God bless you, and good night.